Hello, everybody. Welcome to the third episode of Mahwah Sports Talk Interviews. Today, we're joined by the rolling 12-4 Mahwah Girls Basketball team. Today, we're joined by Ava Comer, Harper Cohen, Taylor Tremblay, and Marissa Laverghetta. So we're gonna get right into our questions here. We got some group questions that we're gonna ask all the girls, and then we have some individual questions focusing on everybody's season and career, and then we got some fun questions. All right, guys, so starting off, let's get into this. So you guys are coming into this season, you have a new head coach. So what has it been like adapting to your new head coach in Coach Roshi?
It's been very different. You know, Coach Roach has really emphasized on having energy throughout the whole game and not giving any plays off. And something we've really focused on this season is like defense, and she won't let you like just sag off on defense. You have to be up in the grill, and just I feel like that's helped us a lot this season because we're playing really good teams. And I'm so sorry.
All right. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, it's definitely been very different having Coach Roach compared to Coach Petty because Coach Roach kind of focuses a lot more on a fast-paced offense compared to last season. It was like our scoring was much more difficult, and she's put in a lot more plays, and she's just helped us a lot more than our last coach.
All right. Any other thoughts?
Personally, I feel like the energy this season is totally different from last year, just from the whole new vibe of a new coach and just a whole new system, and I feel like it's truly benefited our team and program as a whole.
Alrighty, awesome. Thank you, guys. So let's get into our next question. So you guys are the fastest recorded Mahwah Girls Basketball team to reach 10 wins by doing it in only 11 games, which is very impressive. So what do you guys believe what do you guys think has led to the early and consistent success?
I think just we have a lot of energy, and especially on defense, and both of those things have led us to getting the quick 10 wins.
I think that our coach has definitely played a huge part in preparing us for this season, and also, again, like our fast-paced offense. And definitely our defense is much more fast-paced too, and everything just kind of sped up, and we definitely got an advantage on the other teams who have lost a lot of their seniors.
From the start with practices, we have like we always have 2.5 hours straight practices of hardcore like basketball with no breaks, and usually last year like we were much shorter and our energy wasn't as good during practice, but now we're more intense during practice, which leads to the games of us scoring more and being more successful.
I think we just have a great group of girls, and everyone wants to win, and we're all just giving it our all out there and expect nothing more than a win. And especially like against Ramsey, we all went into that game knowing like we're not losing, we're going to do everything it takes until we come out with the win.
Excellent, guys. So you guys are currently have the first seed right now. You have a 412 power points in North Jersey Section 1, Group 2. So as the favorite to win sectionals, how do you guys feel about that?
Personally, I'm very confident that we can do it. I have confidence in all of us. And like Marissa said, we all have the common mindset of winning every game that we play and playing a full 32 minutes every time we step on the court. So I think that we definitely have a good shot at winning sectionals.
I agree. I just think we need to clean up some things, and we should be good to go.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of tough teams in our section, like Jefferson, who we've lost to the past few years. But like in order to beat them, we just, like we've been saying, the full 32 minutes has got to be played every single game, and we really have such a good chance. And being like the favorite right now, like I don't even want to like be like called that, because like it really could be handed to anyone, whoever shows up to play that day.
And it all comes down to the mentality of when everyone comes down and plays with heart and defense wins games. So if everyone comes in and we play a perfect game, all 32 minutes, we'll get the job done and we can win sections.
All right, thank you guys. So with states approaching up soon, obviously you guys have the Bergen County tournament today. You guys are playing Ridgefield Park. Obviously, there's definitely a lot of intensity when it comes to those tournaments. But with states approaching, what do you guys think is the team's mindset going into the states?
Our team's mindset is just to play Mahwah basketball and stick to what we do best and not play the other team's style. And if we just stick to Mahwah basketball, we should turn out with any win we can. We can beat anybody.
I completely agree with Taylor. Just playing Mahwah basketball, passing the ball, giving as much energy and hustle as we can, and playing the full 32 minutes of the game.
Yeah, just like everybody else said, I think we just have to put our all on the court and really have it in our hearts that we want to win, and we'll get the job done.
Yeah, also like going into the game knowing that it really could be anyone's game. Like even today, we're the 11 seed playing the 22 seed, and it's going to come down to whoever shows up to play and gives it their all the whole time.
Definitely. That's definitely a good mindset to have going into states. All right, so we're going to be moving into our individual questions. So we're going to start off with Taylor. Taylor, you've had an amazing freshman year. You put up 134 points, 51 rebounds, 33 assists, and 44 steals. You're also having a very good career as well, too, as in only 43 games, you've put up 234 points. But you also get the joy to be playing Mahwah basketball with your sister, Devin. So I'd like to ask, what is it like to play with a sibling on the same high school varsity team?
It is very different because we have our family, like we always argue at home and whatever, and we always get to bring it on the court and start picking on each other, especially when we're guarding each other on defense. It does get very physical and a lot of slap boxes go on, but it's fine. But it just increases the competition, knowing that I have a sibling that I always want to strive to be better, especially as the oldest. I want to be better than my siblings and keep that reigning.
That's very interesting. All right. And how will they behave in the same class in journalism next semester?
Ideally, keep us on separate sides of the room, and we'll just won't. As long as nothing is said, we'll be fine.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the warning.
That was a Mr. Jankowski question. Okay, so we're going to be moving into Harper. Harper, you've had a serious early success with Mahwah Girls Basketball. You know, you're coming into the season as a freshman and dominating the floor early, putting up 163 points in 16 games. And in just your freshman year, you know, obviously you have your family supporting you. So who has been the most supportive to you early on in your career?
I'm going to have to give it to my teammates because I think they've helped me a lot throughout the journey and the process, switching from middle school to high school basketball. And they find me on the court a lot, and they help me in any way they can. So I think my teammates, and I'm very grateful to have them.
That's amazing. You know, always have teammates back and all that. Okay, so we're going to be moving into Ava. Ava, you're coming into this season as a sophomore as well as Taylor. So you all have also had a very successful career so far. You know, you're putting up 260 points in 42 games played out your career. Your freshman year, amazing. You had 167 points, 46 rebounds, and you know you're playing really well on the defensive side of the ball too with 27 steals. So who has been the most supportive to you in your early successful career as well?
I definitely agree with Harper that my teammates have always been super supportive and have always been there for me and pushing me as hard as they can. Also, my family has definitely been very supportive, especially my dad. He really helps me out a lot. But I'm going to have to give this one to my teammates.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. So, Marissa, first off, we'd like to congratulate you on Athlete of the Week. If you did not know, you are actually the first Mahwah Girls Basketball player to win Athlete of the Week since Kathy Klashka in 1981. So you've also had a very successful career. So you've had 774 points this season, in your career, 255 rebounds, 245 assists. You also had a lot of success with your team. You've had 202. You just passed 200 points this season. So back to Athlete of the Week. How do you feel about having this huge accomplishment added to your resume?
I feel great and honored. But like, it's not all like me. Like, I really got to give credit to my teammates. And part of the reason I got this was because we're having such a great season. And, you know, it's just such an honor.
That's amazing. Okay, so that was all the individual questions. We're now going to be moving into some of our fun questions. We just have like some typical team questions that we're going to be asked. All right, so with pre-games, everybody has their own unique, typical pre-game rituals. So what is a typical pre-game ritual that everybody has, or a unique one?
So our whole team kind of has this thing. Credits to Taylor, actually. She went out of her way to print a picture of Tilted Towers from Fortnite. And it's right above the door frame. So before every single home game, we all run out and slap it with our left hands because it's closer to our heart. So every time we run out of the room, Taylor goes, slap Tilted, and everybody slaps Tilted before we run out for our basketball games.
That's very interesting. Anything else?
Starting like this year, I actually have like a handshake with my cousin, Devin Tremblay, and she's at the end of like the run out lines when they do the announcements, and we have to do the same exact handshake before every game.
Alrighty. So, you know, we keep talking about some very interesting pre-rituals from slapping Tilted before every home game. So who's the funniest teammate in the locker room or on the court?
Taylor. Definitely Taylor.
I feel like we have a lot.
No, we
I'd say
definitely
Mia
do.
Lichtenheim's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, Mia's hilarious.
She's
very funny.
But are we talking about the biggest bot? Because I would like to nominate
Okay, bot. Who are you nominating? You're the
Me.
biggest bot. Oh yeah.
me, Mia, and Savannah.
Savannah too.
Oh yeah, Savannah.
Or the top
Savannah
Savannah.
Ekway.
Yeah, Savannah Ekway. That's how you say it.
Yeah, I think we have
She's
a
very
pretty funny
funny.
team.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. All right, so everybody has their own, you know, pump up music, whether you listen to it or the team listens to it. So, who has aux in the locker room, and what are your thoughts on their music selection?
Typically, Marissa usually has aux, or Julia, but they usually share the same playlist. And I honestly think it's a pretty good playlist compared to previous years.
I agree. They definitely play really good music. I think the songs they play get kind of repetitive sometimes. But
I agree with that, Ava.
That's Julia. That's not
and
me.
yeah, it is mostly Julia
Yeah.
with the repetitive.
Yeah, the repetitive songs, but other than that, I think the music's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever like mix it up every now and then, or is it like mostly just the same
I
every
think
time?
it's the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
just like
sometimes
rap.
sometimes
Yeah.
Julia will play like a song as a joke, and then the whole team will yell at her, and she'll turn it off.
Yeah, the duck song.
The duck song.
Or the Seminole Tribe song.
Yeah, from Park Ridge. Yeah.
All right, that's very interesting. So, moving into our final question of the interview, you know, most of you guys, you've been, obviously, Marissa, you've been here for 4 years. Ava and Taylor, you guys have been here for 2. Harper, you're coming into your first year, but I mean, you guys have probably been playing basketball with Mahwah for most of your lives, I would assume. So, what has been your favorite memory playing with Mahwah basketball?
That's a really hard question. I don't.
Oh, I have one. This is one of my favorite memories. Was last year upsetting Teaneck in
I
the
was
county
gonna say
tournament.
that.
Because really, going into that game, every single person doubted us and thought we were going to lose by 50. And even Teaneck doubted us. Like, before the game, they were sitting in the bleachers eating pizza, not even ready to play. And we really just went into that game thinking we have nothing to lose. And we pulled off the win, and it was like one of the biggest upsets in county tournament history.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Marissa. That's definitely my favorite moment in Mahwah basketball history too, because everybody was just so supportive, and like Marissa said, like Teaneck completely thought that they were gonna win the game. And also, my favorite part, or one of my favorite parts about the game, was after the game when we all went in the locker room and we all splashed our coach with all of our water bottles. And it was a fun time.
Our coach still owes us each individually $50.
Yeah.
He said if we won the game, he'd give us $50, and yet has to give us that.
All right. Well, we'd like to thank the Mahwah Girls Basketball team for joining us today. They will be taking on the Ridgefield Park Scarlets tonight at home, 7 p.m., correct?
Yes.
And so good luck to them for the rest of the season. Thank you for joining us once again. This has been Mahwah Sports Talk Interviews, Episode 3, signing out.